All right. Live has been gone too.
So I got 2 live spots today. All right.
Correct.
All right, then.
We are recording, and here we go.
Welcome to the Tom Bernard podcast with
a very annoyed co-host, Kathryn Brandt.
Andy Bernard.
And a jubilant Falcons fan.
Yeah, jubilant.
Costaki Economopoulos.
He loves me being upset.
I am enjoying that too.
Thank you. Thank you for enjoying my pain.
I am enjoying that.
All these years of the sort of stern smirk when I do a boyish joke.
Sure.
And I get on and I hear Kathryn cussing up a storm about some printing.
Cussing. Nothing will make me cuss more than printing problems from a stupid computer. Right. It's like, print. Just do it. Do your job.
Yeah, printers are the worst.
Do your job. Okay.
I've been having printers for 30 years.
We're going to start today with a math thing. And I want to see who gets closest.
7.
Okay. They just made an announcement this morning down here that in 1985, Donald Trump bought Mar-a-Lago for $10 million. He had offered $15 million for it, but they turned him down. So he waited him out. And since he had to wait him out, he said, screw you, I'm only giving you 10 now. He bought it for $10 million in 1985. So 40 years later, what is it worth? What is Mar-a-Lago worth?
It's got to be worth $300 million.
Okay, 300. What do you got, Costaki?
Well, Andy, this is making your first guess of 7 look pretty bad.
7 billion is what I meant.
Yeah, 7 billion.
There's 10. It's been 40 years. It's a giant sprawling complex
on the water. On the
ocean and the
some of it's on the water. The beach club is on the water. The actual property is across the
intercoastal.
It's on the intercoastal on one side. So
yep.
Well, now, Costaki, keep in mind that a 750 square foot house in that area will go for $1 million these days.
Oh, wow.
750. The big shots. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. What do you got?
This just appeared on local television this morning that they're trying to figure it out for tax reasons.
Oh, right.
And they can't quite figure it out, but they're working on it because Mar-a-Lago, which he bought for $10 million, is now worth somewhere between $400 and $750 million.
Why can't I get involved in things like that?
Wait, what? That's a pretty good investment.
That's a good investment. I would say it's a good investment.
I'm not a financial expert or anything, but that's pretty.
But even I can figure that out.
Pretty good return.
$400 to $750 million for Mar-a-Lago. And remember, the opposition tried to go after him and say, that place is only worth like 17 million. He's lying. Remember that?
So you know how I said that a 750 square foot house is $1 million?
Yes.
I'm on Zillow, 301 Australian Avenue. So right on that's next to not Okeechobee. That's near Southern, right?
Mm-hmm.
330 square foot condo, 1 bed, 1 bath, 100 years old, $1.1 million.
How many square feet?
Square feet.
That's like a closet.
Yeah, that's like a very small. I don't think that's even a bedroom. That's 10 by 30. So it's like 2 bedrooms.
That's insane.
Wow, that's a tiny house.
$1 million. Wow.
1.1 million.
So that's Palm Beach Island is a little inflated, I would say.
Well, not only West Palm is too.
West Palm's bad, but I mean the island is like just insane. Like you can still find some almost borderline reasonable-ish things close to West Palm Beach, like downtown. But on the island, no. I mean, there's nothing under $1 million for even like a shack.
Wow. Yep, I wish in the crash of 2008 we would have bought something over there.
Well, I actually asked you to do that, and you didn't have any interest.
Too much. It still was too much money.
It was not bad.
It was a lot. Everything was crazy there.
It is all true, no question. But is there a house? Now, there's a guy. The reason I think they even brought this up this morning, and they don't say who the guy is, but he bought 3 houses on Palm Beach Island. He's tearing them all down and building a $1 billion house. So he wants, here's Donald Trump right here, and here's me, right?
Yep.
You're right.
Mine's bigger.
$1 billion. That's like it wasn't that long ago. That's what you could build a stadium for.
Yeah, isn't that true?
That's
what
right.
Kind of a house are we getting for $1 billion?
Oh, can you imagine that? $1 billion for a house.
$1 billion is so much more than $1 million.
It's a lot, like 1,000 times as much.
Again, I'm not a mathematician, but I
just don't think we think big enough. We just don't think big
apparently
enough.
Apparently not. Yeah, it's very true. But what are you going to do? $1 billion house, and it just good. I don't know what you're doing for a living, but it's probably not a podcast.
I don't know. Joe Rogan's got
although Joe Rogan's worth like $100 million.
Yeah, he's doing all
billions.
right. I was going to make the same joke about stand-up, but there's a few stand-ups doing pretty well.
Yeah, there sure are.
How much is Joe Rogan worth now, Andy? Because he was at one time worth $100 million.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more than that, I'm guessing.
Well, it's got to be a lot
250.
More. How much?
2 to 250.
2 to 250.
So almost $250 million.
And then to close the story, Kostaki's buddy, his best buddy in the world, paid, I believe, $19 million, or maybe it was $29 million for his house. He might be involved, not in podcasting, but in another area called radio.
Not radio. I'm trying to, what? Wait, what?
Yeah,
a radio guy bought a house down here. I think it was for $19 million, but it might be more. Should I tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
Howard Stern.
Oh, wow.
What do you got, Andy? Was it $19 million? I think,
for his new house?
For his house on Palm Beach Island.
Palm Beach Island house. Let's see.
God, that place is unbelievable. You fly over.
We don't want to talk about sports.
No, we want to talk about sports. You don't have to go right away, do you, Kostaki?
He purchased it for $52 million in 2013.
Oh, $52 million. Excuse me.
Oh,
$52 million in 2013, which means it is probably now worth quite a bit more than that.
Probably
5 bedrooms, 18,000 square feet on a 3-acre lot. That's got to be worth $200 million.
Probably.
Well, let's see. They gave the address if anyone wants to snoop on Howard Stern. Let's see what Zillow thinks it's worth.
I don't think you can get anywhere near the house, though. It's back behind one of those big old iron gates.
The estimate is $120 million.
There you go.
Wow.
So he made $70 million over the last 20 years.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also,
not
pretty good
bad.
run.
Not bad.
Well, like Mom said, you could buy a Pebble on Palm Beach Island 20 years ago and have it be worth $1 million today. So
that's about it.
It was, if you had bought property on Palm Beach Island anywhere between 2008 and probably 2016, you are set for life now.
Oh, there's no question about that. Well, I thought, when we got down here, I was checking stuff, and this house is worth 3 times more than we paid for it. So I thought that was doing pretty well, but it's not $50 million. I'll tell you that. It's not that much.
Might be one day. Just got to wait it out.
I got to wait it out. That's the whole deal.
100 years or so.
Kostaki, I made a comment on a show. I can't remember if it was last week or it was yesterday or whatever the situation was. I first put it on X, and then I talked about it a little bit. I don't know. It just, the world's getting weirder by the day, don't you think?
I do think, yeah.
I mean, it's just very, very bizarre stuff that's going on now. And it just, there was a young woman this morning. I ran an errand this morning. She was probably about 22, 23. I was walking past a hotel. And she came out of the hotel, cut right in front of me, brushed my shirt, never even bothered to look at me or say, excuse me. She ran right into me, and it didn't matter at all to her.
Right.
What is that now? Why are we like that now?
Yeah, that seems, people are in a hurry. They got things to do. They're late to stuff.
Polite.
Right.
Polite's good.
I agree. Yeah.
Don't you think?
That's My big complaint about LA is the traffic version of that. Like,
yeah.
People don't care if you're inconvenienced. They have to get from this lane to that. They can't just go around the block. They got to make 17 people stop so they can cut across.
That's it.
Just go around the block. You don't have to make the whole intersection screwy to save you 10 seconds.
Correct.
Have you ever watched a video of like a busy intersection in somewhere like Bangladesh?
Oh yeah, it's insane.
There's literally hundreds of people on scooters, no painted lanes. It's just like a plus made out of dirt.
Yeah.
And yet somehow none of these people run into each other.
Yeah, that is true. I should mention this, by the way, because, I don't know, Kostaki, you might not even know this, but, the psychopath politicians and all that stuff went after me about 15, 20 years ago and said I was racist and I was this and I was that. And oh my God, blah, 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 blah. I wish I would have had a movie camera with me yesterday, because we walked into the building we live in and 5 guys by 5 o'clock that afternoon came over and gave me a big hug and said, God, it's great to have you back. And they're hugging me and telling me how great it's had me. All 5 of them were black. Now, for a racist, that's pretty good to attract 5 black friends in just one place, isn't it? When do you think people are going to stop using skin color as a weapon?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll ever stop?
How did they call you a racist? You grew up around black people. You have black references in your day-to-day, right? Yeah.
I know. It's just that's Minnesota, though. I will use whatever I can to hurt you any way I possibly can. And then I also complained one time because a young Asian woman drowned a baby in the toilet. And I said, hey, look, we don't do that around here. You want to do that? Go back to where you're from. Now, that somehow was horrible, too. A baby drowned by slugging down toilet water, but I'm the bad guy.
Right.
This was also like 30 years ago. So
no, it was about 15 for that one.
15? No.
Oh, Andy, it still shows up every time. Those 2 things show up every time that I meet somebody from the far left. It's unbelievable. And again, I like Democrats. I like Republicans. I don't like these far right, far left people. They're just not my kind of people. They're very mean. Don't you think?
Yeah, well, the dialogue has certainly gotten mean, and because we don't even share the same news anymore.
No, we do not.
And we're in our own echo chambers on social media. And there's, to me, what's troubling is the tribalism. There's sort of this like, well, you got to. Here's the new culture war. Line up on your side and fight the fight.
Know. It's very automatic feeling.
Right. That's the part that I find to be the most frustrating.
I just don't understand why you want to go out of your way to harm somebody you don't even know. Why do you want to do that?
The Cracker Barrel thing.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
A culture war, because I agree that the new logo was sterile. But I also don't give a crap about Cracker Barrel. I've never been to one. I probably never will go to one. But can I not agree that, corporate sterilization is a bad thing without having to be like a far right Cracker Barrel zealot?
Right. Yeah. And whatever the new subject is, there's sort of this like, you got to pick your team. You got to line up. You got to fight the fight. You got to be.
And there's nothing in between either line either. You
have to. You got to be mean to the other side.
Pick one of the lines and just go for it.
Yeah. I'm a comedian. So when Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the air, I made a little post about it on Facebook. Oof. I didn't realize I was stepping into a culture war. I guess in retrospect, I should have known that, but the thread went bananas. People were saying the craziest things, because that was one of those like, well, I know what team I'm on. You got to get in there and say some poison. It was,
I guess
it was crazy.
Well, what did you say that harmed them so much?
It wasn't me. It was that I was on the other side of the culture war from their point of view.
So you should be destroyed?
Yeah. So I'm one of the bad guys. And so, it immediately devolves into, well, you're not funny. I never liked you on this anyway. You should. It's like,
well, the Jimmy Kimmel thing became like the fight against eternal fascism versus freedom of speech for all. And it's like, it was basically a publicity stunt. Let's all calm down, shall we?
Well, Andy, your mom just got back, and apparently,
sorry, I just can't stop coughing.
I also can't get a joke out because you talked over it. But don't worry about it. Everything.
You mispronounced cussing, Kathryn.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, you know this AI voiceover stuff that's going on now? Like everything's not a real human being. That's an AI voice.
Yeah, you know that stuff.
He said there was some kind of show on today about the houses in Florida and how much they cost. And that's where I learned that whole thing about Trump and all that stuff. But the guy said, here's a town you're going to love. It's the town of Coral Gables.
Oh, yeah, right.
Coral Gables.
Coral Gables?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dead giveaway that it's AI crap.
Right.
Exactly right.
Yeah. In LA, there's a lot of things that have a Latino bend to them. And to hear the GPS lady doesn't nail it, it's sometimes really humorous.
And in Minnesota, we actually have a lot of those.
Yeah, we do.
Like Wayzata Boulevard.
No, Costaki, is there any time you have to be off?
Yeah, I should scram at about 5 or so. We could do a few Jets jokes.
I would love to hear Jets jokes. I love it.
Did you have any Alec Baldwin jokes?
I don't. What'd he do? Did I miss
something? He crashed
something?
his Range Rover into a tree in the Hamptons.
Today? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
This guy is a magnet for crazy.
He's nuts.
It was Alec and Steven. They were both in it.
Oh, I like Steven.
And it was his wife's Range Rover. No, after swerving to avoid a garbage truck that cut him off, though. So it wasn't his fault.
Drunkenly swerving.
Swerved to avoid a large garbage truck, which he described as the size of a whale.
Did you ever meet him, Costaki?
Yeah, I have met him. I
have too a couple times. Not friendly.
I grew up in Athens, Georgia, in some ways, and his wife bought half the town at one point. So we sat and compared notes about Athens for a while. We talked about the old 40 Watt, some of the different clubs that were. It was surreal. But he's a character. That guy.
We got
Danny riveting Baldwin. Movie star.
Yeah, absolutely. Danny Baldwin came on the podcast all the way back like 3-4 times a year. I remember.
It was a long time ago since he was last time.
But Danny, I've known Danny forever. Nicest guy in the world, and just a really good guy. But I ran into Alec one time, and he stared at me like, "Get away from me."
We had Daniel on episode number 503, so that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yep, he came on. Yeah.
Steven was on episode 1280 in 2017.
Yeah, it's going back a while.
Those boys are magnets for crazy stories. Danny, I wrote some jokes about him way back in the day. He crashed a hotel room at a movie set, and he was the star of a movie I was an extra in when I first moved to LA.
What?
Yeah, it was like the first month I lived in Los Angeles. I was an extra. They paid me, I think it was $44 for the day.
Ooh,
and I did a few days, and I was a cop. I was a bad guy, and I was in the background in an office. I had a lot of range, everybody.
Hey, it all worked out, no question. One of the great things about having you on, not talking about sports, is we don't have to talk about how bad Minnesota's teams are.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we got a bye, so we're doing fine.
Yeah, I think the Falcons look great. Hey, by the way, check out this cool shirt I'm wearing.
Oh, look at his I've got a Falcon shirt.
That is pretty cool.
Polyester, baby, with the zipper.
You got the polyester.
Only the best microfibers for you.
That's right. This collar reminds me of my soccer jerseys in the 80s when I was a kid.
Sure.
So the Sunday games kicked off at 6:30 a.m. Pacific in London, the Jets Broncos. It was so early, the Jets were biplanes, everybody.
See?
Super early.
The New York biplanes football team.
Yeah. It's a fitting English game. Both offenses were bland. It was mostly boiled field goals. It was kind of
That's it, huh?
I think the Broncos were bangers and the Jets were mash. I think that's
I love it. Bangers and mash, baby.
The Jets are now 0-6. I think they made their Brexit from the playoff picture.
Oh, you know God, they're 0-6.
They are the worst team by record. The Jets. The city that never sleeps has the offense that can't wake up. They're not good, the Jets.
Is Joe Namath still alive?
Yeah.
Well, he must be very upset.
He's rolling over in his bourbon barrel.
There's a good. Now that was a good one right there.
The Jets are considering going dressed on Halloween as a professional football team.
All
right, let's do 10 Jets jokes and call it a day.
Love it.
The Jets are so bad, the next Top Gun sequel is going to be about the Coast Guard. You see, boy, they're bad. Hey, Jets, you're supposed to circle the airport, not the drain.
Yes.
The Jets are so bad, Don McLean is writing them a song.
Oh, Starry Night.
I love that song.
Great song.
The Jets are so bad, the ghost of John Denver wants to fly them, you see. He had an issue with the plane. Okay. The only thing louder than the Jets taking off is the sucking sound when they take the field. The Jets now flying nonstop to 0-17.
Oh, God.
Jets in football is almost football in jest. It's very close. And finally, the Jets are so bad, they're listed on the New York Suck Exchange.
The Suck Exchange, yes, very popular. I used to walk by the Suck Exchange all the time when we lived in New York City.
I got a laugh from Kathryn on the closer.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. There's no question about it. It all works out in the end. Well, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad we actually got that little extra time. I hope we didn't hold you up too much, but having you on just talking about the way of the world's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, pleasure. Anytime.
Work on those Baldwin jokes.
Yes, ma'am. I'll go look the story up. You broke it to me. I didn't notice.
Work on your Baldwin.
All pro lines.
Yes, ma'am. All right, sir. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. See you.
Bye.
Costaki Economopoulos, quick snaps, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break and be right back in just a couple of minutes. Well, I kind of like this here. We got like 7 minutes, 6 minutes. No, 7 minutes until the top of the hour. So we need what's that?
To do what we wish.
Exactly.
I think that when the air conditioning goes on in here, it makes me cough.
It might.
Well, it's been sitting for. Well, no, I'm assuming it's been kicking on.
It runs all the time, but okay. I mean, we keep it pretty high, so we don't have to have huge.
Might need to get your vents bills cleaned out.
Yeah, I don't know, but every time I sit in the podcast studio and the air conditioner goes on, I start to cough like crazy and I can't stop. And I just turned it off completely. I figured it's cool enough in here.
Yep.
Well, that'll be the experiment for tomorrow. I'll turn it all off, and if that's what it is, then something's wrong with the air conditioner.
Well, we can keep it off for a while. Well, I've been coughing since we left Minnesota.
But I haven't been coughing in the other rooms. It's just this room.
Oh, it's just this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm. All right. Why don't we take a break? We'll come back. We got Egert coming up at the top of the hour, don't we?
Oh, yeah. We haven't talked to him in a while.
Chrissy.
No, right? Yeah, you haven't.
No, it's been a while. All right. We'll take a break. Be right back. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
There it goes. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, there. God, what was wrong with my microphone for a second there?
I don't know.
What that was.
That was weird. I don't know why that happened. Let me tell you about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998. They've always made it clear they're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community. And you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So if you're tired of the big national banks, want something better, stop by, see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whoa. pretty intense.
Mom's rocking.
Is that
out.
another AI one?
This is called Blazing Inferno.
Boy, that's pretty heavy rock for us.
Blazing and Inferno-y. Yeah, I don't know about that one. What do you guys think, audience?
I think you should do rock emo. See what rock emo comes out.
Yeah.
Rock emo.
The thing about emo is it's a very vocal genre, and you can't do vocals on this.
Oh, there you go. Mom turned her light on after.
Well, that was you. Yeah, you were very dark. Watch. Look at the visual. Pretty dark. Light.
Look at that.
See what
better.
happens when you turn these things on.
Exactly.
No, people actually like that one. All right.
Oh, okay. They
Like
like
the
the heavy
audience
rock.
likes it. If the audience likes it, the audience likes it. We'll keep it.
Well,
Right.
I'm telling you. Howard told me. What did Howard say? Oh, it scrolled up. I can't tell what it said anymore. He made a comment about. Oh, he told me something about my cough or something, or about your cough.
Can we make this larger for you?
Well, the whole thing. Well, just don't erase it.
You said close the
That's all
vents.
I'm asking.
Don't erase
Just
it.
don't erase the whole thing.
Here's a plus. I'm gonna press it. If we erase, we'll come back on. I swear.
What are you attempting to do?
Making the
picture bigger.
Make the.
Oh yeah, you
image
should. You
larger.
should definitely just double click the video. It'll full screen it.
Oh,
Look at you, Andy, with
knowing
your
all the
smarty
answers.
pants stuff.
Andy has all the answers.
What I do for a living.
Oh, you can see-
StreamYard.
I can even read it. Donnell says, I like the guitar. Howard Boyd getting aggressive today.
Pretty aggressive.
Because Howard sent a message that I should take care of myself, which I probably should.
You should
He said close the vents.
close the vents.
Yeah, close the vents. That's what he
I
said.
don't
Yeah.
think I can. I think I'll just turn off the AC when we're in here.
He's
could
trying
do
to keep
that.
you alive. That's
It'll
all
work.
it is. He's
I
trying
just-
to keep you alive.
I just get this little, those nagging little tickles that you can't stop coughing.
Mhm.
I hate those.
You hate them?
Yes. I've got tea. I've got lemon water. I'm trying to work my way through it.
You're dialed in.
Ah,
All right.
You're
So what
going to
else?
generate a Zen ambient blend. So we can just.
Zen
Oh,
ambient
Zen.
blend. Boy, that
This one's
sounds
called Sacred
complicated.
Stillness. We're just going to play this at the back in the background of every show from now on. There we go. This will just be our backing music forever and ever.
What else?
Do you feel a
can I
sacred
say?
stillness? Wow, it's
Sounds like one of those things that
getting a little loud.
it sounds like one of those things that you're supposed to go to sleep to.
Yeah, it sounds like a massage parlor.
Yeah,
Indeed. It's
a
true.
massage parlor.
Whatever they're called.
When have you been to a massage parlor?
A parlor.
Well, I read about them in the news, so that's
Do they still
what I
call
call
them
them.
that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't-
Anybody been to a massage parlor lately? Let
Massages
us
are
know.
kind of weird. I tend to avoid them.
Well, I go to Massage Envy.
They
It's
bother
not
me.
weird there at all.
That's good.
Yeah, they do a good job.
It's a good thing.
Derek
So
says,
what
"Have
else?
you changed your filter on your furnace?" That's actually a good question.
They've been calling me. We do have a service contract, and they've been calling me. It's probably that.
You're supposed to do that. Well, depending on the thickness of your filter, they go from 1 to 4 inches, and the thicker they are, the longer they can last. But like you probably have a very thin one, and those are like 3 months tops, and it's
Yeah.
been running all this time. So you should,
I will
you should really do that.
Call Cassidy Heating and Plumbing and have them come over
There
Why don't
you
you
go.
Do it.
because I have a contract, and they're supposed to do it every 3 months anyway.
Oh, okay.
So there we go.
So
You have to
let's,
check with Robert Kraft or Deshaun Watson about massage parlors. We'll have to call him up.
Robert Kraft, his house, they showed his house on the news this morning too. He's got although he didn't pay as much for his house is only like 30 million.
Only?
Only.
Well, I know Chris Egert's house is like 32 million. I think he told me one time.
Yep. It's
Time for
right
an
up
upgrade.
there, right up there with that. Yes.
Chris, you got the iPhone aspect ratio going right now.
That's because I'm on an iPhone, Andy. You'll nail that.
Yeah. So every day when I take Jude out for a walk, there's a guy in our hallway that gets the Palm Beach Post. And there's almost always some sort of real estate news on the very front
yeah.
page.
Yep.
And there's somebody building $1 billion property.
Yep.
$1 billion.
He bought 3 houses. He's tearing them all down. And then he'll have $1 billion house because he tore down 3 other houses on the ocean. So there you go.
What do you think his property tax bill every year is going to be?
Well, if he's got that kind of dough, he must not be that worried about it, right?
No.
Well, nonetheless, I mean, property taxes are just like throwing money in the garbage can, really, when you know, because he's probably going to have private everything. He's going to have to pay for everything himself.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically a development all for yourself.
Do you remember, was it last year or the year before that, where Kathy Cargill was trying to buy up a bunch of Park Point?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that on a bigger scale, but
a lot of people were really mad about that.
And she basically stopped. No.
Oh, she didn't do it.
She didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, she got a lot of hate over that.
Lots.
That was up by Duluth, wasn't it? If I remember right. Yeah,
yep.
Duluth. Yeah. I remember that now. One other reference to all of this stuff that's going on is you talk about what's the guy's name that owns Amazon?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Is it Bezos or Bezos?
I don't know. I've
heard it both ways.
I have too.
Let's see. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. It is Bezos.
Bezos.
It is Bezos.
I guess that sounds better than Bezos.
So they were talking about Bezos's houses, and he's got the big house out on Palm Beach Island, and it's worth, I don't know, $100 million or something, whatever it is. Then somebody did mention, well, I wonder what his other 6 houses look like. He owns 7 houses around the United States.
I read somewhere he makes $40 million a month.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
I remember as a kid, I don't know if it was probably a myth, but the thing that we heard as kids was, so when I was a kid, Bill Gates was like the rich guy.
Yeah.
Windows was exploding, and he might have been one of the richest men on earth, if not the richest at some point, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
And what they told us was that if he bent down to pick up a $100 bill, he would have lost money because of the amount of money he was making was so great that the time it took to pick up that bill was less worth his time than just going to work for another additional 3 seconds.
That's putting it into perspective.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I saw a quick story about Gates because I worked in Seattle before.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time I ever ran into the dude in real life, it still struck me as funny. There's some Christmas time, the movies where all the storefronts were decorated in different Christmas settings or whatever. One of the hotels that we happened to be staying in that night, because we had a flood in our house, one of the hotels had this giant gingerbread house set up in the front lobby.
Really?
It was a big deal, but I walked out of the hotel to go back to work, and I looked, and this dude was standing there looking so unengaged and bored and mad that he had to be there. And I looked, and it was freaking Bill Gates, having to do just normal crap like every dad. I thought it was so funny. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I asked ChatGPT how much you'd have to make for it to be a financially bad decision to spend 5 seconds picking up $100. And the answer is $144 million a year, which he was definitely making a lot more than that. So
he is. He's making more than that. At one point,
I'm sure he was making insane amounts of money.
He did.
So actually, that probably was true at one point in his life. Makes you think.
Wasting his time by just picking up $100 bill. What a waste of time.
And being drugged to a stupid gingerbread house thing with his family.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good thing Ethan isn't in somebody's house like that just leaves. Are there $1 million bills?
Right?
Really.
I mean, you're going to, if you made $40 million a month, I'd carry a couple of mil in my wallet just for fun,
He had a boat that sat outside. I think it was his. That was a boat that was just a helicopter pad. It was a giant boat that its only purpose was to be a helicopter pad.
God.
Isn't he the one that's telling everybody that we've got to stop breathing and can't have cows anymore?
Well, this is like 20 years ago. So,
so it doesn't count.
It was either his or Bezos's. It was one of the two because Lake Washington and Lake Union are two of the big lakes in the Seattle area. Gates lives on Lake Washington, but I seem to think I saw that barge on Lake Union, but I'm not sure. But when I saw that, I was like, that person has too much money if they have a barge just for a helicopter pad. Like, that's insane.
There you go.
Well, Mom, you asked about $1 million bill. The largest denomination ever printed was the $100,000 gold certificate issued in 1934, which today would be worth $2.4 million. So,
wow.
Yes, they have made a $2.4 million bill at one point.
Okay.
Can't feel like that's got a lot of uses.
No, probably not.
I mean, with inflation, I mean, $100 bill. I mean, come on, we got to go to at least the $1,000 bill,
right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. It's like, why don't we just multiply all of our money values by 10, and like, we get the new super dollar worth 10 regular dollars. Now it's useful again.
Wouldn't
like it
if you had it? Wouldn't you go into like a Burger King and go, "Yeah, can I get a couple of burgers? Here's the see if you can break that."
Can I buy this franchise with what's in my wallet?
Worth of 2.4 million hamburgers, please.
Yes, 2.4 million hamburgers. Thank you very much. No question about it.
Oh man,
isn't that amazing? When you think, well, there are some news anchors in town that make a couple of million a year, aren't there?
There might be one or two left, but it used to be. But that most of the companies have cut the fat back so much that the high dollar salaries they really don't exist anymore.
No.
So.
I know that Paul Majors, when I signed that big contract with KQ, Paul Majors started making a lot because he went in and said, if Bernard's making that much, I need to make more. It's like, oh, okay, nice friend you are.
That was a big deal that like, and anybody in the industry was like, holy crap. Like, but for sure, like the anchors in LA and New York, probably Chicago are still up in that rare air, but it's that companies just don't have they just can't do it like they used to. There's too much competition now.
Right.
That is a fact. I did see, I'll be very quick with this because it just popped in my head. I was just watching some stuff on YouTube this morning, and there was a talk show, and both of the guests on the talk show, I believe it was from like, God, maybe 2005, 2006, something like that. Boone and Erickson were both on the show. Boone and Erickson hosted the morning show on WCCO for 50 years.
Forever.
Holy crap.
I thought my 37 at KQ was pretty big, but not compared to 50 years like Boone and Erickson.
That's insane.
What's the longest radio career ever? I wonder.
Wow.
Fred Winston in Chicago.
A woman just got the Guinness World Record for her tenure. 71 years in radio.
Holy God.
Wow, you better live a lot longer.
Yeah, if you can get back into radio.
Yes, this is the industry, though. This isn't in one place. But 71 years, 357 days. We'll just call it 72 at that point.
Yeah.
Give her the extra week.
Where was that?
She's in Texas, just various places. And she apparently is, well, as of 2023, was still doing it. 2-hour country classics show, 6 days a week on KVST, K-Star Country.
God bless her.
I know. I don't know.
The call letters were K-Visit.
Or Vest, maybe. Maybe they like
Maybe it's Vest, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Good for her.
Of course. You remember what they used to call my station? The people who didn't like my show didn't call it KQ anymore or KQRS. What did they call it? Do you remember?
There's all sorts of things.
K-Spew?
No. I'm not listening to K-Queers ever again.
God.
K-Queers. Well, that's
now
really
you wouldn't want to say that anymore.
I hear K-Screw sometimes.
K-Screw, yeah.
Yep. That's what Joe calls it, I know. KQRA. Well, it's only one person called it that.
Who was that again? Nice to be here on KQRA.
Wasn't it like a coach or something?
I think you might be right. It was a professional football coach, I think.
Someone will remember in the chat.
They will. They will indeed.
Goddamn KQRA.
People are cute.
Denny Green.
Oh, Denny Green said KQRA. Yes, he did. There's no
Denny
question
Green
about
is
that.
the football guy, right?
Oh, he hated me. Oh God, did he hate me? I used to run into him once in a while. He'd cut some commercials for the Vikings, and I'd be there cutting commercials over at the studio. And he did not like me at all, man, because I wouldn't kiss his ass at high noon like everybody else did. So. But that Denny's dead now. Did you know he died a few years ago? God, he died pretty young, didn't he?
Yeah, he was pretty young.
He died 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Wow.
And he was only 67.
Yeah, he was not very old. I know that. He
But
was a drummer and he wrote songs and coached a horseshit football team. It was wonderful.
92 to 2001. I don't know. Were we bad then? I was way too.
No, we were okay. We were never as good as. But they had Randy. What's his name?
Randy Moss? Yeah.
Randy Moss was their big time receiver. He was a barn burner. That guy was good, man. So what else is going on in your world there, Pally?
Well, we got Vikings Philly on Sunday.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like JJ's gonna see the field. If you're kind of listening to what O'Connell said yesterday in the news conference, he made it seem like there is a very, very unlikely, which I think at this point is probably best, right? Like, why rush him back?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The Vikings are what place are they? They're
third in the division, I think.
Third in the division?
Well, that's not. I mean, they're Detroit's on the top, then Green Bay, then us, then Chicago. So,
Well, haven't we played like 2 games?
No, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
No. So there's plenty of time to drop.
Well, for sure. And we're getting into like the meat of the schedule right now too. Like, there's some metric, I heard him talking about it yesterday, that like ranks toughness of schedule, and we're about to enter into like the next 5 or 6 games are going to be like the toughest teams in the league. So
right, because I think we're 2-2 if I remember correctly.
It's not. That's going to be the gauntlet here. So I guess we'll see what we're made of.
I just, the basketball teams never won the national title, but they're a pretty good team from what I can tell. Hockey just never did very well, which I blame on who. Hockey, Minnesota. Come on. Louis Nanny. You got to blame everything on Louis.
Of course. Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I think the Wild are off pretty a decent start, but none of this, the beginning of the season stuff, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's such a long, with any of that, it's such a long season.
It is, no question. But boy, when I was a teenager and in my 20s, I literally used to get like, my heart started beating faster when the Vikings were on. I was a huge fan of the Vikings and the Twins, no doubt.
100%. And I think the Vikings really are, if you had to come up with between the Twins and the Vikings, like the most followed organizations, but I'd say even now the Vikings over the Twins quite a lot, because the Twins just haven't been relevant, and with all the stuff going on with the ownership, and I don't know, I think people want to like the Twins, but the Twins aren't giving the people a lot of reason to like really pay attention to them, right?
Oh, you already got Leslie sending a message. Hello from MO. Hello from Missouri.
Oh, got a Missouri listener.
Hello, Missouri.
Where's one of the Kansas cities?
Where? 40 wax.
Oh, God.
I think we need more sleep.
Yeah, maybe. In any case, so yeah, I just I'm still a Viking fan. It was very hard watching them lose 4 Super Bowls. I will tell you that. That was very difficult.
At least you saw those Super Bowls, Tommy. Most of us never saw them.
That's probably true. Yeah, that's probably true. But I don't know. Like I said, love the Twins, love the Vikings. Don't know much about. Well, I didn't even know hockey existed till I went to high school. I mean, North Minneapolis didn't have a whole lot of hockey rinks. Let me put it that way. I think they had one at North Commons, I think.
There's definitely a financial component to hockey because it's damn expensive. Even then, it was expensive. So.
Yep. No doubt about it. So what else is happening? Anything good?
It's rain. Are you down south, or are you here now?
No, we're in Florida.
Oh, nice. It's raining here today for the first time in a while, and it actually feels kind of like folly, like legitimately folly.
A little bit chill with it.
Yeah.
It's raining today in Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh, it's perfectly sunny here.
Nice.
That's nice. That's
you know
really
what?
nice.
Kathryn, since you brought that up,
yes.
we're going to go down and meet my folks in Florida for Christmas this year instead of doing it up here.
Okay.
And I heard this hack that if you go to the airport and you physically go to the airport to buy Sun Country airline tickets, you like save a lot of money because they eliminate some of the fees that they charge you if you book online.
Oh,
really?
I did this yesterday and it worked, and it had to save me a couple $100.
Wow.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Does it work for other airlines or just Sun Country?
I think it's a Sun Country thing because of the way they I don't know why it is, but it's also Terminal 2, so it's super easy to park.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love Terminal 2.
I do too. And walk across and I think I paid $5 to park and ended up saving a couple $100 on my airfare. So if anybody out there is looking for some cheaper Sun Country, that's the way to go.
Well, Sun Country used to fly into Palm Beach seasonally, and for some strange, or PBI, it's in West Palm Beach. I don't know why they call it Palm Beach Airport, but all of a sudden it doesn't look like they're redoing that route. They cut a few routes to Florida this year.
Huh.
They do go to Fort Lauderdale, but they're like 6 a.m. flights, which kind of sucks. For you, you're used to being up, though. You don't. Right?
No, that's true. I think we're flying into Destin for this particular.
See, if they fly into Destin, I can't believe they don't fly into PBI.
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's weird. Although I've never quite figured out their strategy of where they fly and why they fly. It's kind of random in some ways.
Well, it was taken over by a hedge fund corporation, so it's all about dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they care about.
No question about it. You want to feel better or worse about yourself when I read something? Margaret. Nope. I think I was 2 the last time the Vikings were in the Super Bowl. She was 2. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Alex and Dan and their 2 kids want to come down right after Christmas every year. And we were looking at prices flying into either Fort Lauderdale or PBI. And they were so high. It was like $3,600 for coach for 4 people to fly. So I looked on Tom's American Express miles for and he had enough to give them all free tickets.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're like, yes, saved a ton of money.
What about Andy's family? What's that all about?
They say they don't want to come down this year.
With the 1-year-old, I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Andy, that is tough. That's very tough.
The worst possible time to fly is when they're just walking, because all he wants to do, like, he doesn't even want to be like held in your lap or anything anymore. He'll just immediately start trying to twist his way out so we can go crawl around and walk and stand.
Yeah, I remember when you were little, we basically I think for 2 years we didn't go on any vacations until you were into watching, TV enough, on your little tablet.
When I was 3, we did not have tablets.
Yeah, around 3 or 4, your kids will sit there and watch something for a little while. But I also remember walking you up and down the airline aisle about 1,000 times too.
That is true.
We also have a 4-year-old, so we're not about to be doing that.
Yeah, those are tough years to be flying around.
Yep,
that's for sure.
You know what my mother would have said? Hey, Mom, can we go somewhere on vacation? Oh, yeah, like where do you want to go, to Long Prairie? I said, no, I like Long Prairie, but why don't we go to Florida? And there was this long pause, and she looks at me and goes, where are we going to get Florida money? I said, okay, never mind.
The people that we knew in our neighborhood that were wealthy enough to travel, a lot of times the mom would get in the car and drive all the kids down somewhere, but they'd stay for a couple of weeks, because it was cheaper to do things. And the dad would fly down. I'm sitting there thinking, one person with like 4 or 5, because people had families back then.
Yeah.
But then again, if you misbehave, just got slugged, and so you stop.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just give them some laudanum, they'll calm down.
And nobody had a damn seatbelt on in that car either.
No, absolutely not.
No question. Can you even imagine, Andy, if I said, yeah, okay, well, Andy, I'm heading to the airport, so you pay attention to Mom while she's driving you down to Florida.
You might as well fly that plane somewhere else, Tom, because you'd be.
It would not go well.
She ain't having that.
I can't even imagine.
Our kids flew before they were a year old too, but it's easy to fly when they're a baby because they just they don't do anything.
Well, you can hold them in your lap.
That's when it becomes a problem.
Yep.
Ethan has flown every year of his life so far. This will be the first year I think he doesn't, and it's just like him by himself at 1.5 was annoying enough. But now we got a 1.5-year-old plus the 4-year-old.
Yeah.
That's too much for us, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you in June.
We'll see you in 3 years.
Unfortunately.
Your kids are old enough to travel.
And unfortunately, our pal's got to leave. You actually even stayed 2 minutes longer than you said you could.
Are you in the break room or what today?
Yeah, I had to call in off my phone. I'm at work. I ended up staying late at work. And our normal setup here that I used to do with you guys, the microphone's broken. So I came in to log in last minute and the stupid microphone's broken. So that's why I had to use my phone. Sorry.
Wonderful.
Well, you sound good anyway.
Yeah.
It's so small. I can't even see myself. Like you guys all look like little fuzzy dots right now.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's better that way.
What finger are you holding up, Tom?
It was all 10 of them. Thank God. It was all 10 of them. All right, Pally, we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. You guys have a good day.
Bye.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
I'm going to wait till he hangs up to tell how much I like that guy. Is he disconnected yet? His picture's still up.
I think so. It's a phone thing. There we are.
No, Chris Egert is one of the great guys of all time to work with. Just a good guy.
He's an easygoing guy, that's for sure.
No, he really is. There's no question.
That we know of. Maybe it's all a facade. We don't know.
Could be. That's true. All right. Why don't we take a break? Be right back. Continue with the show right after this. Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabanco.com. That's nabanco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Many car dealers try to create an extreme sense of urgency. Does anybody really buy it?
We gotta sell 100 cars by Saturday to get the boss off the roof. You'll never see these rebates again. And oh yeah, your trade will never be worth more.
Really? I asked Jim Paul from Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings his thoughts.
I don't even know what to say. I hope folks are smarter than that.
Has there really ever been a time when it was urgent?
Probably not. But this tariff environment might be a first. Valley has several hundred pre-tariff units on the ground. Who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs, but these are really safe buys. Going forward, Valley's committed to make whatever the situation is as painless as possible, like we've always done.
Where can we find you then?
Get them pre-tariff. Hurry, hurry, hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. And man,
at a Valley store in Apple Valley or Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Certainly not on a roof.
Andy's playing his guitar.
It's Vibrant Fury. Doesn't sound very furious to me, but what do I know?
Not all that furious. It's absolutely true. I love seeing Jim Paul up on our screen because I've known Jim for probably 35 years, something like that.
Yeah, you've known him forever.
Something like that. But we used to hang out. Oh, my God. Jim Paul and I and God, who else?
Craig Weiss.
Oh, Craig Weiss, definitely.
That was a drinking party.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. No question.
The pickled parrot.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember Andy having to call the pickled parrot to tell his dad stuff.
He did not.
Yes, he did. He's like, I want to talk to Dad. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to have to page him at pickled parrot because he's not picking up.
What are you talking about? That never happened.
You were there a lot.
Well, I was there a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. He called and said, Papa, can you hear me?
Yes, that's what it was. No question about it.
Audience, what did we think of Vibrant Fury? Did we like it? Do we need to play it again? Because I kind of forgot.
Was that the music?
That was the bumper music that time. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
The name didn't make any sense whatsoever, but as far as bumper music goes, it seemed like it was all right.
I thought that was good bumper music.
All right. I will play it once.
Play it again. It says play it again.
It's got a bumper music feel to it.
Yeah,
it does. Jaden likes it, like the music. So that's good. Tiffy says play it again. Danelle.
I think it's good for bumper music.
Yeah, I think so. They like it. It's all right. That's good.
2 wins in a row. Can we do a hat trick today?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Last one's called Rebel Roar, so I don't know.
Doesn't sound very Rebel Rory to me, but
no, this one was Vibrant Fury. Also didn't sound very vibrant or furious, but like I said, the tracks are just like completely meaningless.
Well, getting a lot of fun. Charlie and Albuquerque, thumbs up. So
I had an argument with AI today.
An argument?
About what?
Well, so our accountant wants our utility bill. And so I went on my bill payer and tried to find, a history so I could just print it out. And it can only go back about 3 months. I'm like, I want the whole year. So I went on the chat bot and said, how do I print out a year's history from a payee? And it said just some nonsense that made no sense. And I said, that makes no sense. It said, I don't know what you're talking about. I asked a question that you didn't answer. And then it gave me the same nonsense answer.
Yeah, it can do that.
I said, you need better programming. It gave me the nonsense answer again.
See?
Yeah. So AI is not exactly wonderful.
Well, what AI did you use? Because I found
it was the chatbot for the bank. I don't know what it was.
Oh, no, those chatbots are useless.
Completely useless. Why do they even have them? You waste more time.
I know. You would think so.
And on the fact page, it wasn't on the fact page. It wasn't on anywhere where you could just find out how to print a history, which you would think that would be a very easy thing to do. How much have I paid this person over the last 12 months?
Right.
Yep. You would think.
You would think, but it's not. Associated Bank, you can do better.
Oh, it's there. That's it. Associated Bank. That's it.
Yep.
It all works out in the end. So what else is happening? Anything good?
What
Listen to that pausing. There's nothing good happening.
I mean, right now it's just raising kids. We had our anniversary. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's good.
Leslie and I are getting into wine.
Getting into wine.
I mean, I never drank wine my whole life, really.
No.
I collected wine for about 30 years, and Andy never drank any of it.
Well, it was all very big Cabernets and stuff. There
is that, yeah.
I remember one year, Andy, you were down in Florida, and Michael Fitzgibbons and Fitzy Kid and Dad, you all drank like some huge Cabernets, and you got incredibly sick.
We went over to the East Fairway Terrace house.
Yep.
And then, we came home, and I was like, I
very sick.
I got sick, and I stayed sick for like a month. I lost 20 pounds.
For how long? A month?
Yeah. Remember?
Jesus.
Yeah, I think that drinking episode gave you a Crohn's attack or whatever it is that you have.
I was in bed for a month. I remember after like 2 weeks, I came down and ate some rotisserie chicken, and everyone was like, yay. So I seriously lost like 15 pounds, 20 pounds that month. It was insane.
Yeah.
So kids, don't drink too much because
don't drink too much.
You might get sick for an entire month. But it's like I've been finding that liquor just doesn't agree with me anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
It makes the acid reflux worse the next day.
Yeah.
So, and I can't drink beer, nor would I really if I could. Honestly, I'm not really a huge beer guy. So
I understand that. They do.
The other options are like middle of the road things like wine. Like I like sake, but it's also kind of like it's a little expensive. Obviously.
Just keep everything down to 1 or 2 glasses, and you should be fine.
Tony, what's the name of that song you closed the show with? Interesting. That is a song called "Goodbye" by Red Dot Garage. So I actually have a fun story about that. So
Okay.
I actually I emailed them a couple months ago, and I was like, hey, we had you guys on our show a long time ago, and we use your outro, your song Goodbye, for our outro, and we've been using it for all these years. And I was wondering if you guys wanted to come back on. And they reply, and they're like, Goodbye's not one of our songs. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it is, because here it is. I found it on this website, and it's attributed to you. And he's like, hold on. And he goes and asks, I think, like the lead singer or something. And he's like, yeah, that is one of our songs, but we've never released it.
Oh,
really?
So Goodbye, the song that you're hearing in our outro, this is the only place you can actually hear that song. It's an
wonder why they
unreleased
never
song.
released it.
I don't know. It's a good song. And I asked, I was like, if it's unreleased, should we be playing it? And they're like, sure, it's all yours.
Oh,
so
that's
there you
nice.
go. So it's Red Dot Garage Goodbye, but that doesn't matter because you are not going to find it.
Are we going to have the boys in? Are they going to come in?
I'll text them or I'll email them again and follow up. That was
good stuff.
That was, I think, like right when the show was reconfiguring and everything was like the times kept changing and the locations.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So,
boy, that's another thing about YouTube I should mention. I went on there, and I didn't even ask for this, but it just popped up. It was, I believe, our second year in our old house in on the lake over there,
Golden Valley.
And my God, it was pretty amazing. We must have had 8 people on the air at once, because remember we had that gigantic table to sit at
Tony Lee was there.
Tony Lee was there, yeah.
A video from that far back? No, there's no way.
It was an interview on WCCO that Frank and Amelia did.
All of our videos prior to like 2019, 2020, something like that, they're all gone forever.
Why?
Unless someone out there downloaded them and is keeping them secreted away somewhere, those are all gone, because we got banned off of YouTube for using copyrighted bumper music, and they didn't give the opportunity to like recover the stuff. They were just like, we deleted it. Bye, get out of here.
Really?
So that was fun.
Why should I go on YouTube then? Forget it.
Because that's where the money is,
I guess.
Speaking of YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.
There you go.
Like and subscribe.
Something like that. No, I don't know. It's what are you going to do? It's all I was. I understand they do that because that's their job, to make sure that their artists get paid, which is a good thing. I mean, no question, it's a really, really good thing. I can't even imagine thinking about that like 100 years ago, when recording artists first kind of started. Well, maybe it's a little longer than that. Can you imagine how many of those artists never got a dime, got screwed out of all their money?
No, they got nothing a lot of the time back then.
Well, a lot of time they made a ton of money, and some manager screwed them out of all their money.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's always something.
It's usually the manager screwing them out of money. What are you going to do? That's why when I was with Take 5, we never had a manager. There were no managers.
That's the reason.
I mean, there was no manager for a teen band
in
North Minneapolis?
Well, we did talk to a couple of them. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah,
to get the old band back together if any of them were alive.
Let's see. I think.
Do you even know who was in the band anymore?
Well, Guy and Greg Laurent, the twins.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And there was also me, as Mike Sykes was the lead guitarist. He was terrific. Mike did a great job. And there was one other person on it. I was the drummer.
Did anybody go on to have a career in music?
Not that I know of. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't think so.
You worked for record companies, so there you go.
I worked for a record company,
radio,
Capitol Records, radio for 37.
Music adjacent.
Music adjacent, right?
There you have it. All right. Well, we may as well take that final break and wrap things up, don't you think?
I mean, we still got 10 minutes. We can still, that one listener texted in about the Trump tariffs. We can give our thoughts on that if you'd like.
Why don't we do that? We'll take a break and come back and talk Trump tariffs.
Trump tariffs right after this.
For Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble when they aren't in trouble. They didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening. You're listening to me. Your customers are listening to us, and they'll hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. Increase your brand awareness. With a broad reach and passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness, translating into more customers and sales.
See, this is called Rebel Roar, but to me it's more like, I don't know, driving through Dubai at midnight.
Okay.
I think you should be in charge of naming songs because nobody would think about that.
No.
The sitars, that's more like India, right?
Yeah, that's kind of India, yeah.
Or
That's
the Beatles
sitar
when they
music.
were in their big sitar phase.
Yeah. So I don't know about that one. It sounds a little weird.
No, when you were in India, who did everybody think? When your mother was in India, a bunch of people
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. They thought she was a movie star.
Anybody that was, I'm sorry, any American, because we're all so much taller than the majority of people that are in India. We do look like a creature from another planet.
That's true.
When you're walking around there, because everybody pretty much looks very similar there. They're all very tiny, very skinny. They all have black hair. They all, they just look like they're from India.
There's this
and
famous...
then you show up and it's like, what is this person? I mean,
there's this famous picture of this like Dutch, I think she's a Dutch woman at a convenience store in, I believe it's Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Japan.
It literally looks like EverQuest footage of an ogre and a halfling, because she's gigantic. She's like almost to the ceiling, and the cashier is like half her height. Yeah, and it's just insane how different people can be based on the region.
We could have spent our entire vacation just taking pictures with people from India. I mean, that's all they wanted to do. They would see us, and they'd take their iPhone and their camera, and they'd smile, and they'd go up to us and say, like, is it okay? Is it okay? Because they couldn't. A lot of them didn't speak English, and I mean, it was there. At some point, it was like, okay, we really need to go, but it was just we were mobbed.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we were from America.
Tall. You're very tall for a woman, but you're not like incredibly massive or anything.
No. And then like a tall blonde man, like a 6'2" blonde man. He would. I mean, you could see him from 2 miles away.
Oh yeah,
because everybody's so little there. We ran into a couple. We were chatting with them at a restaurant, and she was from Miramar or someplace like that. And she said when she moved to the United States, she thought everybody was so gorgeous and so beautiful. And she said, "I'm over it now," but because all they ever saw was Hollywood movies, you know. So they thought that everybody from America was just so glamorous and so wonderful and so beautiful. It was just interesting.
I got some friends that aren't glamorous, if you know what I mean.
I don't know. You go to India, you're glamorous.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I found the picture I was talking about. Let's see if I can.
Oh, good.
Overlay it here. Actually, let's see if I can present it, because that looks cooler.
Should we back down our screen?
No, that should be fine. I'm just
sorry.
Just want to verify. All right, yeah. Here's the picture I was talking about.
Oh my God.
That's how you feel. You feel like a giant.
Taller than this, and that's a man. I'm pretty sure it's a kind of a blurry picture.
I think that's a man.
It's a woman.
Yeah.
No, it's a woman in front and a man in the back.
Yeah, and she's like 2 heads taller than him.
Yeah,
two heads.
Easily.
Yep.
She looks like she's about 7'5". And he looks like he's about 3.
I know.
And everything there is made, it's like when you go to an elementary school and all the sinks are short and the toilets are tiny. Everything's made tiny there too. So you really do feel like a giant.
No, there's no question about it. But it's, hey, whatever. Got to move around the planet, do a couple of things. You've been on a lot of trips that I didn't get to go on because work
or want to.
Well, you love traveling so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends where we're going.
Yeah, that's true.
That all depends. That's all.
I don't think you would have done well in India.
I like Indian food because the one problem with Indian food is when it's cooked properly, it's phenomenal. When it's not, it's terrible.
That is true.
Indian food is like going to Mexico. You can't just eat anything you want.
Yeah.
No, you have to be very careful about what you drink and what you eat there. Like adventure eating, totally out of the question for me.
Yeah.
No way. I would never.
Nope. No adventure eating in foreign countries for me.
I remember my, I think it was my English professor in college at St. Thomas. He told a story about, he went to, I think, Mexico. And you know how they say, like, when you go to Mexico, drink bottled water?
Yes.
Because your body, like, can't handle the microbiome or whatever of the water there.
Yeah.
So he was very careful about that. He never drank anything but bottled water. And then one day he got a really bad sunburn, like the kind that like makes your skin peel.
Oh, yeah.
And he went and he took a cold shower to
so he had open sores.
He had open sores, and that water got in those open sores, and he got like infections all over the place. And he was like, I never thought about that sort of thing until it happened. But yeah, you can't do that either. If you have an open wound, you have to be very careful about that.
Somebody I knew, he went to Indonesia, maybe. Where do you go get like crazy tattoos that are like world known for wonderful tattoos?
I'm not a tattoo guy. I don't know.
Well, anyway, he went to someplace like that. I have no idea. And same thing. He got this huge tattoo that was like a tiger that wrapped around his whole body, and took a shower and got so sick they thought he was going to die because that's all open pores.
Those are all little tiny little open wounds because it's a needle going through your skin.
Yeah, maybe it was Thailand, Margaret. I don't remember.
All right, do we want to talk about the tariffs?
Yep, I think we should. Good idea.
And then we got one more thing to talk about after that, and then we can wrap.
All right.
If you so desire.
Certainly.
I mean, personally, I've noticed more manufacturing coming here, so I am staunchly anti-shipping things across the world unless they need to be for some reason. Like, I know there's a lot of I think a lot of the rare earth magnets can only be mined in certain locations. So it's like, sure, import those. But the idea of importing like plastic figurines and things like that, it's like, we can make that here. Just make it here.
They can't make it as cheaply as they can over there, though.
No, you can't. But I mean, that's the thing that gets me is I am pretty like anti-pollution, that sort of thing. I would probably consider myself an environmentalist, but in like a pragmatic way.
Sure.
Not like a chain yourself to a tree kind of way or anything like that.
Okay.
And I mean, shipping millions of pounds of goods across the ocean every year from China.
I know.
That cannot be good for the environment. How much gas are they burning sending all that crap? Because we send our materials over there and then they make them and they send them back over here. And that's got to be polluting the earth more than every car on earth combined times 10.
Well, we were watching a documentary on 5-minute fashion, and some of these people really are making $100 a year to work 9-10 hours a day, 6 days a week. And that's in China and in somewhere in India. And there's another place that a lot of those factories are from. Anyway, I mean, that's the problem. It's like the guy that was in charge of one of the factories said, yeah, so they'll come to me and they'll say, I need a shirt made for $5. And then the next guy's going to say, well, I need a shirt for $4 to compete with this guy. And so you're just cutting and cutting costs to the point where it's unsafe for the workers. They are not going to have air conditioning or any fans running because they don't have enough money. There's just not enough profit to even run a company.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
That's where we're at. And I mean, yes, they are in very poor countries, and that's why people will take those jobs. And it probably does help them to make some money rather than no money. But at some point, I mean, fashion people make a ton of money. I mean, they really do. I mean, if they get a big enough name, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're, they've got houses in Palm Beach and in Switzerland and here and here. It's like at some point, the management and the owners have to take some responsibility to pay people fair wages and do stuff right. Yeah. I agree with that.
The overconsumption of clothing is one of the more harmful aspects of society, I think.
Because they were saying how many pounds of clothing people throw away every year. Just throw it away
all the time. And like we get rid of a lot of clothing, but we always make sure to bring it to like a place that recycles textiles and that sort of thing. We never throw clothing away unless it's just like in god awful shape.
Yeah, I donate everything unless it's just absolutely trashed.
And you can even then you can still usually bring it to something like Use Again. They'll like grind up the fibers and use them to like stuff things or something like that. You can find something to do with them.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, and like we probably buy more clothes than we should, but for a long time I was never buying clothes. I had the same shirts for like 15 years. But once you have kids, spraying crap all over your clothes and staining them and tearing at them and pulling at them and that sort of thing. It's unfortunately I go through t-shirts quite frequently these days.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, every time I buy something from Amazon, I feel guilty, but I still do it because unfortunately you go to the store and they don't have what you want. They don't have the size. They don't have anything.
Yeah. If you're an unusual size, good luck.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like Margaret just said, the fabric is so cheap these days. Yeah. I mean, like, I remember as a kid, like, I got all sorts of crap all over my shirts, but it came out.
Right.
But now it's like a drop of oil on a shirt, and that shirt is stained forever and ever because the fabric is just so cheap and the dye is so cheap.
Yep.
Everything is just not good.
It's true.
All right, then. Another big shot. And by the way, thank you to all the listeners for being a little patient with us, because coming back and setting up 2 different studios and doing all that and this. So thank you for your patience and thanks for supporting the show. We appreciate it.
Joe wanted me to bring up one quick thing. Apparently, starting in 2026, chiropractic will no longer be covered under Minnesota Medicaid or Minnesota Care for patients 21 plus.
Really?
Good old Minnesota.
Really?
So
why?
If you're doing chiropractic under these programs, it'll be all out of pocket starting in 2026. The Department of Human Services is taking public comments until the 17th, so 3 more days.
Why would they do that?
So flood the comment section with "do not do this," because the only thing that they understand is people having a fit about things.
Yeah, look up the Department of Human Services in Minnesota and send them an email if you want chiropractic to stay in Medicaid and Minnesota. What is Minnesota Care? I've never even heard
Medicaid.
Of it.
Okay. Because that's
Medicaid and Minnesota Care, not Medicare. What's Minnesota Care? I've never heard of it.
I don't have any idea.
Well, you don't pay the bill. That's
Medicaid is usually like Medicare for people that are low income, I believe.
Right. Minnesota Care is the same thing. It's healthcare coverage for people with low incomes.
Well, that's what happens when you allowed, so much fraud, and you're paying for everybody, and you're paying for votes. You end up with no money left. And
well, that's the thing, is they're probably not going to be paying for anything soon because they don't have any money left.
Yeah, we're suffering the consequences of Walz's fabulous decisions. So
you
get what you vote for.
Sad, but that is how it is.
Yep.
What can one say other than
don't vote for Walz?
There you have it.
They will, don't worry.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Every time I hear the same reminds me how you talk in my door.